So basically, I think we're all here to look at the ZeroDay vulnerability that was found, I think a few days ago, 5 days ago, on Telegram. So basically, if you search for this, I'm not going to share it in the group. I think the one I shared in the group is the one for what's this antivirus again? Defender something. I'm sharing this Bitdefender. This one I'm sharing it is the actual article. So you can look at it, it's in the chat, you can copy it before the meeting ends. But this is the article from Blimpin Computer. Is there someone who wants to join? Oh, okay. So the article they shared here, basically they're just talking about the vulnerability that was found, the ZeroDay vulnerability. So basically, for those of you that don't know the ZeroDay, basically this is a vulnerability that's found in a software. Basically it's an error. It might be an error, or it might be something that is being left out that is able to allow to create a vulnerability. So basically it's not something that is really I would say like maybe a backdoor. No, it's just an error or a bug that causes a specific vulnerability. So basically it was found on Telegram, and it was found by a certain group of hackers. You guys should check them out. They're called SS from Russia. So this is their website. It's basically in Russian. Don't sign up with your email, please. Don't do that. You can use a 10 minutes email on Google and to try to figure out your way in. So basically a 10 minutes email, I'm sure you guys know how it works. So once you sign up here, you basically have access to what some of the vulnerabilities that they'll be posting, but this is where it was posted first from the Russian forum. So basically after that was posted, Blimpin Computers, they actually texted Telegram. It was shared on Twitter some couple of times, just that people never took it serious, like 3 days ago. But after that, some people tried it out, then it worked. Then after that, I think Telegram now took it serious. Here's a video of the first attempt that was done. So this video basically is showing the file. He sent a file as a video, then it opened the calculator. So this was just like a test to show that the vulnerability is there, but you can do more than that. Like you can program a vulnerability that can maybe set a backdoor on your victim's computer. Any person who is like opening that file, we'll get into that later. So I'm just like showing you first of all, I'm showing you like the whole blog, and then we'll go back to the practical session of it. So you can read through these messages, but I'm just trying to be fast. So basically they got back to the Blimpin Computers blog. They texted some couple of blah blah blah, but here they said this is the part I wanted to show you. So this is a ZeroDay click vulnerability, could affect only a tiny fraction. So the vulnerability only works if you're having a Python interpreter installed. So basically, like if you do Windows R, for those of you like developers, any developer who has installed Visual Studio, you're likely to have a Python interpreter. So basically this one is installed. It doesn't come by default in Windows, but most of the developers have it. So you can use this command just to check if you do have it. And if you're programming Python, probably you do have it. So if you have this one, you're probably vulnerable to this exploit if you're using the previous version of Telegram, right? So that's what they highlighted. But the other thing that they highlighted, which was not okay, is less than 0.01 of our users have Python installed and use the relevant version of desktop. So basically here, I think they spilled the beans because they're not supposed to say this. How did they know that 0.01 of their users have it installed? Even Blimping Computers asked Telegram how they know that the software is installed on users. It simply means these guys are able to check your files. Like literally when you install Telegram desktop, they're able to look at what files you have in your Windows system. And that has not been mentioned in the private app policy. So basically they're breaking some rules in order for them to study maybe how often you're using the application, what files you install, something like that. Yeah, but here they talk more about the vulnerability. So now they've fixed it. So basically the way Telegram is, so let me just come back. Let me go on Telegram. So this one I've installed is an old version. We have someone else. Okay, so get back to here. So this Telegram, I'm showing it off. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't want to show the messages that are there. Are you able to see this section here? Okay, so basically, if you have a Telegram installed right now on your computer, it's a latest version, but likely it's not the latest version, depending on when you downloaded it. If you downloaded it before, okay, if you go on Telegram, no, actually not Telegram. Oh my god, I thought my computer. Just a second. It should be like Geeks something. Is it? Okay, even Telegram themselves, because they've released a new version, so the latest version of Telegram was actually released on April 16th, which is it today? Yeah, it's today. It was released actually today. So if you go on Telegram, this version here. So if you downloaded before April 9th, it means you are vulnerable to this exploit. But if you downloaded it after 9th of April, it means you're okay. But what I was trying to say is this. At this section here, Telegram, the way it's been programmed, it has got what is known as a list of extensions, which are excluded. So basically, these are files when you run on Telegram, it will give you a notification to say it's untrusted. So like I shared the first file here called this is just the work I was doing for a client, but it's a JSON file. So basically, when I click this on Telegram, it will open my Visual Studio. So this file is allowed because it opens on a terminal. I mean on a compiler. But a file that is like WPZ, I'll come back to this format. But a file that is an exe, if you share it on WASIS, it actually gives you this. Okay, I'm using the old version because I uninstalled it. But if you try to send an exe, try it right now on your Telegram, it should give you like this notification here. It's supposed to say this file as an extension.exe. It may harm your computer, or you're sure you want to run it. So you can either say yes or no. So this is your choice. But the old version was not giving this notification when the file is pwzw. So now coming back to that, the reason why that it wasn't doing that, it's not because they never knew, but if you look at their repository, so the repository is open for everybody. The same Telegram that you use, they do have a public repo for it. So basically Telegram, if you didn't know, it's open source. So anybody can actually, I think they've picked some couple of people that are doing the contribution, but you can request to be a contributor, I guess. I haven't tried to do that. That's if you are capable to utilize the technologies that they're using. But this is a repo. I'm going to share this link on the chat again, so you can check out the repository. But where is it? So getting back to the point. So in the repo, there's a certain section where they've programmed which files can run and which files can be ignored and give that notification. So this list of files here, as you can see, these are the files that are not allowed. So for those of you who are developers, if you have used Node before, or maybe when you're using GitHub, we usually put an ignore file whereby we ignore Node modules so that it does not get uploaded on GitHub. It's the same thing here. So basically here, they're just excluding these files to say that this type of files, if a user is trying to upload these on a text, is sending them as a text file to somebody else, you have to bring a notification, and that notification has to ask the user if they should run the file or not. Then the user can actually give it the permission to do so. So now the mistake that was made is that if you search for PWZ ZW here, this is the file we are looking for. So this format was forbidden. Actually, I should say this format has been forbidden. It wasn't forbidden because they made a type error when they were making the update on April 9th. So if you look at the blog here, they said the guy who was making an update will look at him on the GitHub repo. So, but he typed, instead of typing PWZW, he typed PYWZ, sorry, PYWZ, yeah, that's what he typed. So this opened the door for people to upload this file. I don't know if you get my point there. Like, he mistyped it. So now people are capable, in short, hackers were now capable to send this file because it's no longer forbidden. So just a quick example. This is an old Telegram before the update. I've uploaded this file here. It's called video.pwzpzw. So this is how I programmed it on it's just a basic Python file. For those of you who haven't saved a Python file, this is how you can either save a Python file by py or pyzw. It can still be saved as a Python file. So if you program this import, so this is systems file call, and then exe. So here we're just calling an exe, and then it will run like that. So it's just a simple program that I've written in Python that calls an exe, that calls cmd.exe. So we can call anything. We can call a calculator, we can call anything. But now imagine instead of you running this .exe, you can write actually an exploit in Python. For those of you who have used Hacker123, I think you saw some of the scripts that we were writing in there in Python. They were actually able to run. So you can write a backdoor. Like I can write a backdoor here. You can either use Metasploit to create that backdoor. You can write your own exploit in Python. Then once you write it in here, and when you save it, when you send it to someone on Telegram, you should be able, when they click on it, you should be able just to open like this, you see, without giving you a warning. So for me as a hacker, what I can do is I can write a backdoor. Once they click, it doesn't even show anything. It installs it, and then I'm able to get command shell access, and I'll be able to run my OSS exploits. So basically, that's it. You guys can try this, though you have to install the old version. So the best way to install the old version, you can delete the one that you have. Once you delete the one that you have, you can go online and search for, on Google, and search for Telegram version 0.618. This year, I think from April, they only have 4.16.8, but you have to check the date. This is what is important because, like I said, the vulnerability only exists on the file that was released on April before 10th. So this is 9th April. Yeah. So you can check for that. I found one. That's why I downloaded from these guys. You can check them out. They haven't updated their servers yet, so they're still using the old variant. But if you go on Telegram, so here you've seen April 10th. So even April 10th has the vulnerability, so you can still check it out. But if you download it from Telegram, you want to be able to do this. So if you download it from Telegram, it will basically tell you that untrusted. So basically, when I click it, it doesn't work because it's going to give me this and it doesn't just wait because it's untrusted. But if you have the old version, you can run it. In short, this exploit does not work anymore, but this is an example of how you guys can be checking some of the vulnerabilities, especially when it comes to these blog posts. You can be tracking this blog post and then also keep track of some of these repos. You should be looking them out. Like, I think it's good to be part of the open source communities because you get to see a lot what's going on behind these applications that we use on our day-to-day. So if you go on the code, there's something I can show you. If you go on actions, so if you want to know the guy who made the mistake from the time he was committing the code. So this is 2 hours ago. If you go for 3 days or 4 days, I think there should be the vulnerability itself when it was patched. Just a second. This is 2 days ago. This is 3 days ago, so this should be 4th. 4 days ago. Okay, here we go. This is a vulnerability, this one. Update data document dot resolve. So this one, update data document resolver. So this is a file on Telegram that handles which files can be uploaded or not. So here when we clicked on the blog section, when we clicked on the list of extensions, it took us to the GitHub section of the code where they wrote which files can be uploaded, right? Which is these ones here. So basically, this whole file is what is known as update data.resolve. So basically, if you look at this side, you should find it here, update data.resolve somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where it is. But here, I'm sure you can see on top here, this is the name of the file. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that's how most of these hackers find these vulnerabilities. They study these codes, these open source codes. And I mean, it's just that I don't think WhatsApp, they do, their repo is there publicly anymore because Facebook bought it. But back in the days, WhatsApp was also at a public repository. So basically, you could look at their code. So most of the hackers would actually study these open source platforms that we use, and they would look for these sections which have vulnerabilities and exploit them. Some of these hackers are actually contributors. So yeah, and the other thing that you guys need to know is they actually utilize some of these, like for you developers, some of these packages that you use, they actually contain vulnerabilities. So I think we'll cover that in the Black Hat series. If you guys will be following it on YouTube, that I'll be releasing. we'll cover that as well. But basically, if someone wanted to join. Yeah, so we're ending the meeting, guys. Sorry for coming late, but yeah, you can just check the section right now on the chat section. We can get the blog and look at it. But otherwise, what I was trying to highlight is that you should be really careful with the packages. We're going to cover this in a certain episode in the Black Hat series of my YouTube channel. I'll cover which software you can use to check if the package that you're using as a developer does not actually exist does not have any zero-day exploits in it. So most of these packages that you use as developers, you just install them because you want things to get done. Maybe you're trying to put a button, you're trying to start something. You don't know that these packages that you use, they actually contain vulnerabilities. So I think we'll cover it as well. But yeah, this is the basic, I think, one of the good ways of illustrating how big companies like Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook get hacked. So that's it, guys, for today.